Dear Aunt Flo is a podcast about bad periods, and I'm your host, Elisa Michelle. Every month, we'll dive deep into my own vaginal monologues as I discuss my journey with endometriosis and share stories that we wish someone would have warned us about sooner. I am your new period BFF, so let's get comfortable speaking about our cycles. Welcome back. It is your favorite period BFF, Elisa Michelle here, with another episode of Dear Aunt Flo. And boy, have I missed you. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but honestly, 2 weeks is a long time to not interact with someone. I think so anyway. How are we feeling about the frequency of these episodes? Because initially I thought I would only do them once a month, and then I was like, all right, let's do twice a month. But so much happens, and I'm just like, do I have a weekly episode? If you listen to this as a podcast, or if you watch me on YouTube, how frequent do you want to see me or hear me, hang out with me? I need to know these things, so let me know. I also posted my stories on IG, so if you're not following me on IG yet, it is dearauntflo.pod, DEAR. Let me try that again. I just malfunctioned. DEARAUNTFLO pod, POD. So dearauntflo.pod on Instagram. Should I make a TikTok? Maybe so. And then YouTube is different. YouTube, my handle is at, literally you have to put the at symbol, Elisa_Michelle. And that's where you can find me on YouTube for the full video of this podcast. And so let me know. Also, I need your reviews, okay? So if you listen to the pod on a regular basis, you're about to be 7 episodes deep. So leave me a review, a 5-star review preferably. But leave me a review. Let me know what you think of the podcast. Let me know if it's helpful to you, if there's something that you want to hear more of. I have episodes scheduled out through the end of the year, and I really would appreciate the feedback. And then if you watch me on YouTube, like it, comment, subscribe, interact with me on there. The more you give, the more I can give. And also, it just really helps me to know that people are actually out there listening to my stories, because otherwise, what's the point? I know I do this for myself, but I also do this for you too. So any and every interaction helps. Any feedback helps. Yeah. So I would truly appreciate it. Okay. Also, it's cycle time for me right now, so please give me grace if I lose my words, if I malfunction whilst I'm recording. If I yawn, I am exhausted. I had initially planned to record this episode at the beginning of the week, but my cycle was a little late this time around, and when I would have usually recorded, my cycle came, and I was just like, well, that's not cool. So yeah. Also, this is a bonus episode. So bonus episodes don't have a letter to start with. And honestly, I don't really have anything kind to say to her right now anyway. And they also don't have affirmations at the end. So if you like those, I'm sorry. They won't be included in the bonuses, because the bonuses are supposed to be little short snippets, 10-minute episodes. And hopefully that's what this will be. But I don't know, because I feel like I'm already 5 minutes in, and I still have not even gotten to what we're talking about today. OMG. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about advocacy, and I hope that it resonated with you. This next topic kind of ties in with that. because I don't know where on earth I would be without the profiles that I'm about to share with you. So these are period pages that I follow, and not necessarily all period pages, but these are just women that I follow who are open and candid, who give advice, who share resources, who provide education around periods, endometriosis, fibroids, you name it. They talk about it. I'm grateful because I don't know where I'd be without them, and God, of course, but physical, tangible people on earth right now that are going through what I'm going through and beyond. And it's just been I feel weird saying like a joy to watch them and follow their stories, but just them being so like vulnerable and open has helped me be vulnerable and open. And I guess we are trauma bonded even though we don't know each other. So anyway, as you know, everything for me started around October 2018. And I can remember a woman that I followed through a friend from New Jersey, which is where I'm originally from, who spoke openly about her struggles with her cycle. And she was so candid and vulnerable, and I really admired her for it. And it just so happened that I found out she was living in LA at the time, and I had just moved to San Diego, and it's just, I don't know if there's something in the water in California, but for me, I had not experienced these type of cycles until I moved to California. Do with that what you will, okay, my conspiracy theorists out there. Okay, yes. So we were just on a similar wavelength, and she introduced me to so I'm gonna give Instagram handles. I'm just glitching right now. I'm going to provide Instagram handles for all of the pages that I follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to try to put them somewhere. If not, they'll be in the description. And then if you're listening to the pod, I will have them all listed in the show notes. So I'm just going to go through them, give a little brief synopsises of who they are. Synopses. Hello, grammar people. Help me out. Yes. So the first one is Jenna Reish. Her Instagram handle is life above illness. Well, life_above_illness. She's a nurse who has experienced so much over the years with endometriosis and is fighting hard every day to bring more awareness and knowledge to this full body disease. And I've learned so much from her. She candidly, openly shares her story and experiences as a patient. She's a nurse and she's also a patient, and to just kind of watch her journey I've been in awe of her strength through all of this, and I can't imagine all that she has to endure. But she has since founded the Endo Co., and they raise awareness and educate and increase research funding for endometriosis. So if you have a chance, go follow her at life_above_illness or at theendo.co. Again, I will list all of these in the description or in the show notes. Yes. So yeah. Next up, the period doctor. Hello, HBCU alum. Need I say more? But Dr. Sharis is also an OBGYN, and she gives great insight and education on how to navigate your cycle. Endo Health Hub. Lisa is an OG to this Endo platform, and she's so open about her experiences, and I'm so grateful to learn from her, which again feels weird to say because this is such a shitty experience to live through. But where would we be without each other? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We have all learned so much from each other. Anyway, Moving on, Dr. Sarah Bala, she uses a more integrative approach. She discusses ways to alleviate your period pain and balance your hormones. She's been a key factor in the past 2 years for me, and just learning about different supplements and different teas and just ways to like manage your cortisol levels and all these other things. I'm learning a lot. Endo_black. Listen, if you are not following them, you go follow them right now. You pause this podcast, you go to Instagram, and you find endo_black, because they are doing for the community what needs to be done. They are an amazing resource for Black women dealing with endometriosis, and they have a beautiful community. They have workshops, they have panels and resources, and I wish they were closer to me geographically so that I can attend these things, because I think they're so helpful, and I really want to be like a part of their world. They're a great resource to follow on Instagram. And then More Than My Uterus. So I started following Lucy, oh God, this has to be like over 10 years ago at this point. But she wrote a book called Seasons. And it's like a collection of poems and musings for women in their 20s. It's not period related, but it was so like motivating when I read it. And I have followed her ever since. And in the past few years, she has openly shared about her experience with fibroids and her recent myomectomy, and to kind of see like people's trajectory and their journey, and like just watch how they have navigated these lives publicly, is so inspirational. And like, these are just a few of the people that I follow. And there's so many others, but it's just really interesting to have followed people for so long and like know their life story, and never met them before in my life. Never met any of these women. I just like don't know where I would be mentally if all that I had to go off of were the experiences of the doctors that I've seen. Like, I'm rolling my eyes. If you are listening to this podcast, my eyes have rolled to the back of my head, because these women have encouraged me, and they show compassion, and they have empathy, and they have knowledge and experience. And while all of them may not be doctors, we live in our bodies, guys. Like, we are fully capable of sharing what we are going through, whether or not we have a medical degree. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is our real life experience. So I'm grateful. I know none of these people, and I know none of them know me. I don't always leave a comment or slide into their DMs, but I've really grown to appreciate every single one of the persons that I mentioned today. So if you're looking for a community of warriors, or if you're just looking to like learn more about what's going on with your body, I encourage you to follow these pages. Again, I will link them in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will link them in the show notes if you're listening to the pod. And of course, I can't leave out dearauntflo.pod. Like, follow me, subscribe. I also share my story. And leave reviews, please. They're so helpful. Thank you for those who have left reviews so far. It just helps other people find me, and hopefully give them like a little piece of solace that they're not alone in this world. So yeah, that is going to conclude this episode. Did I do it in 10 minutes? I don't know, but editing me will find out. And we will go from there. But yes, again, let me know about the frequencies if you want to hear more from me, if you want to see more of me. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, guys. So I love you. I see you. I hear you. Peace.